It's an idea that began when a man in Japan bought an old-fashioned phone booth. He set it in Heist Garden and he installed an old rotary phone, and it wasn't hooked up to any phone lines, so it didn't work. But it did manage to help him deal with the grief of losing his cousin to cancer, and that inspired a creation of similar healing spaces around the world. They're called wind phones, and there's now one in Idaho for the benefit of the bereaved. Here's Brian Holmes.
The Veterans Trail in the Boise foothills is a draw for those hikers and bikers, runners and walkers searching for a bit of solitude.
It's the perfect spot because it's so peaceful and quiet up here.
A sort of place where the wind is sometimes the singular sound you hear. Fitting for a certain shed recently placed just a pace off the path.
It's so sweet, and it just gives people a little place to go. It's like a little sanctuary.
It's a Whispering Winds telephone booth, I think it's called.
And I guess you can call the loved one that saw you pass or something like that.
Something like that, but actually,
it's a wind phone.
A wind phone. The concept that using a disconnected phone can connect you with a loved one no longer with us.
It symbolically is sending your thoughts to the folks that have passed.
A belief borrowed by Mary Jane Marlowe.
And those thoughts are being carried by the wind.
Mary Jane found out about the first one online, created by a Japanese gardener who wanted to talk to his deceased cousin. But when the 2011 tsunami killed nearly 20,000 people, and that gardener welcomed the public to use his wind phone, the idea of a long-distant link to the departed dispersed.
Now there are well over 300 globally, and well over 100 in America.
So Mary Jane decided to bring one to Boise.
Well, why not?
And she took it upon herself to make it happen.
To help folks and have a different avenue to shed their grief and their thoughts.
But Mary Jane couldn't get it done by herself.
Because I've never heard of it.
Which is where Jake Faulkner comes in.
You know, at first I was like, well, it's a little woo-woo maybe, but the more I thought about it, the more I loved it.
Jake volunteered his time to build it.
Now that we built it, I love it even more. And
knowing there was a need.
Because I work at the cemetery, I get to see people mourning all the time. I know for myself, like, just speaking it out loud is much more therapeutic than just your inner thoughts.
The work may have been pro bono,
yeah,
but Jake has been repaid
big time.
Plenty.
Those comment cards is the ultimate payment.
Sometimes there is no closure.
These cards were supposed to be a way for people to show appreciation for the wind phone.
Sometimes the closure is stepping forward. I miss you. Well, I thought they were just going to go in and talk. I didn't know that they were going to write something down for the whole world to see.
Instead, it's how the personal became public.
Yeah, they're not shy about it at all.
And it's leaving a lasting impact on those who step inside.
Well, the tenderness, the way they're expressing themselves here is just amazing. They're just letting it all hang out. I miss you, my little boy. I think about you every second of every day. Love, Mom. I didn't know how important it was to others until I read these. Pop, I miss you every day. Nothing is quite the same without hearing your voice. We all love you so much.
Lost to the wind?
Nothing in this world could ever replace your touch. Wish you were here.
Not here.
I know you keep showing yourself here, present and powerful as always.
Here is where what we wish we'd said,
it means everything,
is found.
It means everything. I'm finding my way to be with you in a new way. Lovely Jim. So this is a new way.
Mary Jane and Jake do collect those comment cards so they don't get lost. They are still considering what they might do with them. This is the fourth wind phone in Idaho, from Coeur d'Alene to New Plymouth to Nampa, and now the Boise foothills.